What's up, guys? Welcome to today's weekly outlook, episode 2. We're just gonna dive right into it. We got a lot to talk about. We're gonna do a trade breakdown a bit later, but as for now, we're just gonna do the weekly outlook. So as usual, we're gonna look at the DXY, the basket, and these are the different pairs and various pairs that we're looking at, which will all be time-stamped throughout the video. Now let's go straight to the dollar, and as you can see, we did push up a bit. We've taken a lot of took this liquidity as well. No, we haven't taken this liquidity, so we're kind of forming some equal highs over here. I think right now it's just a moment of waiting because price can really just start, continue bearish at the floor, right? Because the dollar is still bearish, but we do have a lot of liquidity here, and this is the final liquidity point here, which I've marked out, which we could see price come and liquidate. So for now, it's just a matter of waiting to see where the dollar goes. If it breaks this area, then we're bearish, right? If it continues to push up and forms bearish order flow, then we have our answer. So I'd look at this from the 1 hour and see what it's doing. Right now it looks like it's responding to this large supply zone that we talked about last week. Right here, all this is just supply right now, which has been in control for a while now. This is the last buy before the sell. This has been in control, and right now price has been tapping in here and just selling off. So that's what I'm looking at on the dollar. I think it's just a waiting game. The yen basket is just really bearish. There's not much to cover here. The yen basket is bearish, just like as I thought. Price is just going to continue to push down, and I wouldn't be looking at longing any yen pair anytime soon until we maybe break some. No, that's probably not going to happen. So let's just jump right into the pairs. Euro USD. Okay, so for Euro USD, we were looking at longs last week. We did have some longs from the weekly open, and then price just pushed down with good US data, I think, on Thursday. Yes, it was on Thursday, and most of us just got taken out of break even over here. And we have taken liquidity here, so this is a nice liquidity zone because we swiped this low and we closed inside of it. So we just took out all the liquidity here, and you can see we immediately just start bullish order flow. Obviously from the daily, this is still very bullish, right? So we could just start feeling the way up, and I'll definitely be looking for longs on this. USD is looking very good for longs. Probably maybe one more swipe of this low and then up, but honestly I'm favoring immediate. I think price could just start, if we break here, get a retest, boom, getting on a trade around here, and then keep pushing up higher. And I would be looking for something a bit like this, probably from the monthly open after we break order flow, and then look to new highs, man. Maybe take a 2.5 there. Pretty much. That's what I am looking for on Euro USD. Let's go to GBPUSD. A bit different. The pound has been bearish. However, we do have this liquidity point, because if you look at this from the daily, look at this monthly, 3 monthly open, just beautiful resistance. So the 3 monthly open right now is the supply is in control. We are still kind of bullish in general, but I think we've been in a range since May. So I'd say this is more of a range, and this is the top of the range, this is the bottom of the range, and I think right now we're gonna come back to the bottom of the range, and so I'll be looking for shorts in GBPUSD. Probably enter on some supply here. Maybe this is some good supply over here. This is some nice supply. So this is the buy up, big buy up. What have I done? What have I done? We have the buy up before the sell down. So I'll be definitely looking at some longs again with confirmation. yeah, if price can get back in here, I'll definitely be looking at shorting this, and you should too. What's the next pair we're looking at? GBPUSD. USD CAD, we took a W on this last week. You all know we talked about this. Yeah, we could have held this much longer, but this is just range play. I think I talked about this. So we're in a range. Here's the bottom of the range. This is the top of the range. You know, we started, reached the bottom of the range. Monthly open was, again, look at the monthly open, just providing beautiful support. And we waited for the fractal break here, entered on a retest, and easy 2-to-1. Maybe some short-term downside, but yeah, I think USD CAD has made its move. We'll have to monitor and see what it does, because we did just break out of a range, and usually in ranges you come and take liquidity on both sides. So, but that all depends on the fundamental data, and it depends on the DXY, the dollar index, right? We talked about. So I won't be looking at that too much this week. I think there are better opportunities elsewhere. Same with NZD/USD. Just been melting to the ground. Again, look at the 3 monthly open. Just been pushing price down ever since. Yeah, bro. Kind of made its move. Maybe some upside a bit before. Yeah, I don't be looking to getting any longs on this. I think I'll just keep shorting it. So if you're an intraday trader, just find ways to keep shorting the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. I think that brings us to Aussie pairs. Yes, so we have Aussie USD, very similar to EURUSD. So we didn't really take liquidity. We had a similar structure in EURUSD. Maybe a bit of, no, we didn't really take liquidity. So I think I see some further downside. Maybe one more push, maybe take out these lows, and then some continued upside. But I'm looking for longs on Aussie USD. I think the Aussie strong. Has had good CPI data this week, outperformed expectations. So, and you can see order flow is very bullish. So, yeah, it could just start going from the monthly. So I'll be monitoring this. I'll be monitoring this on the 1 hour, and I'll be looking to see if because we've kind of broken structure here, have we? Yeah. So it's really looking pretty decent for longs. Maybe longs are not off the table here. Longs are not off the table. If you want to do longs from market open, at least till the 3 monthly. Usually the spreads you could get wiped out at midnight because the pips are just so close together. It's an easy 2-to-1, honestly. At least still the weekly open. At least still the supply is under control. We have broken structure, probably retest and back up. So yeah, some short-term longs for, well, not short-term and long-term longs for Aussie USD. Monitor that on market open. Please monitor that. That's looking nice. It all depends on what the dollar index does, so keep an eye on that. That's the most important thing. Aussie NZD has made its move. Yeah. Again, if you're intraday trader, just look for ways to scale it. Any pullback, just use it. Buy the dip. This is one of the situations where you just buy the dip. Look at that. Just buy the dip, bro. Anytime you have a chance, retractments are very, very small. Look, 1.115 to 1.19. That's the biggest. So yeah, buy the dip. Obviously, we can get into demand here. This would be a really nice buy, but it's unlikely. I can't lie, it's very unlikely, my friend. Odd card. So yeah, we talked about this last week. I'm still in this trade, which went up, and it's kind of bouncing around. But even still looks good for longs. Even if we do get stopped out here, this is my next area of demand, which I'm looking for longs. The Aussie is strong. The Canadian dollar hasn't been that strong recently, so yeah, I don't think I need to talk much. I talked about this last week. You can go watch last week's video, and it's kind of in the same spot. So yeah, just holding on to this, and if you're in this, hold on to it. Really. Yeah, let's go to yen pairs. Yen pairs, nothing much this week. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll just go through them really quickly. Most of them are just ranging. Look at this, it's ranging. Yeah, I don't see anything interesting here. I wouldn't be shorting. I mean, technically, from a technical perspective, you'd probably be looking for some shorts, right? Because you're kind of at the top of this range, this very ugly range. But the yen basket is just so bearish, so Nah, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. USDJPY is very bullish. Maybe this one. Look for scale lanes, intraday traders. Squeeze and sweep to the top. This is a lot of trend and liquidity though, so be very careful with this because maybe from here, this area 173 point. Yeah, this is a good area to probably long from. How do I try and scale in here? I think that's a bad idea. Let's see if we can get any interesting opportunities on the yen this week. Or JPY, probably. If we can come back into demand. Next demand is right here. Yeah, we can come. I'm just gonna mark this demand out. I'll mark this demand out. What have I done? I messed up again. Yep. Yeah, that would be so 4-hour demand. So yeah, maybe some longs. This is probably the one I'm interested in. However, the yen basket could be passed at any point in time, so be very careful. But NZD is also kind of weak, so it's weak plus weak. Somehow the New Zealand is weaker than the yen basket, which is crazy, very crazy. Not really interested either. It's very consolidative. I mean, jumping here on Monday, consolidative. CHF. I'm gonna cover this in the trade breakdown. Probably took a long this week. This is the video I'm covering the trade breakdown. We did take a long here. This is an example of this scaling in when it's just bullish order flow. This is a perfect example which I will just break down. Yeah, I think it provides a good lesson. So I'm not gonna talk too much about this now because I have a different video for this. The next video, and then we have Kenyan. I think it's interesting. But again, I don't want to short the yen. But yeah, from a technical perspective, look, we just took out this high, we took liquidity here, we had equal highs here, we took both of them out. So yeah, short this. Some shorts definitely looking interesting, very interesting. Come back to the weekly, just back to the 3 monthly, which, as you can see, is acting as a wonderful 3. Look at the 3 month. Guys, I talk about these opens all the time. Look how strong these areas can be, where there's such beautiful confluences, like 1, 2, 3, basically 4 times since mid-August, right? So anyway, yeah, nothing much with the yen. Probably Aussie yen. Is the one I'm looking for. Maybe Kenyan shorts. If the yen basket decides to get bullish, then Kenyan shorts look enticing. Onto the Swiss franc pairs. Let's start with USD Swiss. We have maybe some shorts. So if the thing with USD Swiss, right? It's kind of like the dollar index, right? Similar to I've opened the wrong dollar index, capital.com. Similar to, yeah, if you compare these two, they look very similar. So it really depends what the dollar index does. I would favor some shorts. I think the better thing with the dollar Swiss is we did take liquidity over here, and then we started to kind of sell off. So let's see if we push down and have a retest, then I'll probably look for some more shots. And hopefully, I won't get in until we have confirmation from the dollar index, right? So, but it's looking good for shots. I would say it's looking good for shots. It's looking definitely good for shots. This is an easy shorting opportunity here. You can get a good risk reward. Maybe take out these lows, 2.3. Easy 2.3. Yeah, that's not bad, man. Yeah, I marked out the supplies on last week. Price just kept melting away, and I guess if you're an intraday trader, probably look at this from the 1 hour. This could be a good opportunity to short this again. Look at that, highs. So the highs I've been holding. probably some short-term downside, but not the best, I can't lie. But it's a good trade. It's a good trade if you're looking to short this. Euro Swiss, I think this is the barcode. Yeah, this is the barcode there. You all know. Look at that. Very ugly. Very ugly. Opened and closed at the same. Look at that. The weekly, 3 monthly, monthly, all in the same place because price just doesn't go anywhere. Don't trade the Euro Swiss. Just don't do it, man. It's terrible. Very terrible. Let's look at these. I was looking for longs on this last week. 3 monthly open acting as support, but I'd like to see this develop a bit more because it is very consolidated as well. So I'd like to see some more development on this, but it does look good for long. We've taken a lot of liquidity here. We are kind of in bullish order flow. Yeah, it's sort of bullish. I would say we're bullish, but it's a very slow pair, and like you can really get bricked out over its slippage depending on what broker you're using. So I'd be careful because yes, not too good. But it technically looks good for us. I can't lie. This NCD this is just not into the ground. I don't think I'm gonna play this week unless we see some buys up until maybe the monthly open. But until then, guys, nothing for me there. Let's go to Euro Pairs. Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie. We took a W in this. We can delete this now. So we did take liquidity. But it's bullish, isn't it? Euro is interesting. We did break structure, so we are 4 hour bullish, fractal bullish. This is your low, this is your high, this is your new low. You should make a new high. We do have liquidity. This is the last liquidity point. I've marked to this horizontal line. I'd like to see that liquidity taken before I try anything else. I'm more enticed along with the EURUSD because of how weak the New Zealand dollar has been, but yeah, I'd probably enter on this 1 hour demand zone, which I marked out actually. This would be a good buy. This is a very nice buy. If price can come here and we start to see confirmation, so if price taps in and then breaks out of this zone somewhere here, oh, this is a beautiful buy, guys. Here we can get at least 50. Yeah, just at a new high, really, 2.8. This is a good idea. This is something I'll be monitoring this week. If we can see some short-term downside, price never always comes into demand zones or supply zones. So if it goes. But that's my idea. Euro NZD, Euro CAD, Euro CAD, bullish. Maybe wait for price to come to the weekly open. Yeah, I think they're better Euro pairs to trade, and then the last one is Euro GBP. Trend line's holding. I was expecting, I wanted to go long from the monthly open, price never came back. This is a good idea though. I can't lie, I'm not holding. This is a good idea, and I've marked it open. Pull back a bit, took liquidity, look at that. We swept all these lows over here, and then we shot up V-shaped reversals. So this is what, 2.1, basically a 2 to 1, another easy 2 to 1. I think that's what, the third or fourth 2 to 1, easy 2 to 1 over here. So this is a good idea. GBPUSD. So GBPUSD, I was actually looking for some range play here, if I'm being honest. I took a W on a long, but we did break and we're closing below, so it looks like we've just flipped bearish, probably till the yearly open. Probably till the yearly open, guys. Probably short this, but it also looks good. If we're just talking strictly from a range play, it looks good for longs as well. So conflict of interest, I'm not going to be trading that. GBPUSD. Took a W on this, I think we could delete this. Maybe we take liquidity and start looking for shorts. but I could take a shot if we can break GBP CAD. We're still on the daily. GBP CAD. Yeah, we have forward demand now, which is in control. We did take liquidity here, which is nice. Always great to see. The slow held, and we came back in this area of demand, and it just pushed up. So if we could tap in this demand, I'd be looking for a new high, because we are setting new highs, right? So high here. So high low. We should just continue bullish price action. So yeah, I think longs. I'll also be monitoring GBP CAD. I'm going to note that down. So GBP CAD longs this week, definitely on the table. And of course, lastly, just making sure we finished everything. We're going to look at gold. I'll take a quick look at gold, my friend. Yeah, just like I said, gold is in its impulsive phase right now. So yeah, just find ways to scale in if you're an intraday trader. Gold is great to do that. Yeah, I was an intraday trader before, so I did know some strategies, but this video is not for that. But yeah, just continue to look for longs, honestly. Even if you're a swing trader, look for longs, look for liquidity based taking, and just continue looking for longs. BTC. Lastly, we look at Bitcoin as usual. Bitcoin looking good for longs, very good for longs. We took liquidity, and right at the 3 monthly open, look at these opens. Look at the 3 monthly open, literally just a tap. Look at that. And back up. And yeah, over here, 107, shot up to 121. Here, 107, shot up to 117. I expect no different, guys. So, Bitcoin longs probably on market open, honestly. I'll be looking to long this very aggressively. Yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the weekly outlook. I'll be giving a trade breakdown sometime this week on Swiss yen, which I talked about. And yeah, have a great